Hello everyone, and greetings from my study here in Chesapeake, Virginia. I'm really happy that I can be able to post a video and get to know you that way, or at least allow you to get to know me a little better as we've been interacting over the last couple of weeks in our doctrines class. I wanted to create this video just to say a few words about your upcoming paper assignment that I wanted you to get a head start on or start thinking about, if nothing else. And the assignment involves writing an objective salvation paper. And please note, this is 30% of your grade. So this is something that you could do well, and you could use it to really bolster your grade and come out shining at the end. So I just want to draw that to your attention as well. In your syllabus, there is a good bit of information, perhaps all the information that you need with regard to the composition and the guidelines for this paper. So please take a minute or two to look at that, study through that, because when I come to the grading of your work, what I will do is I'll grade this in accordance with the paper guidelines and instructions that are laid out in the syllabus. And those instructions start on about page 8 of your syllabus, Objective Salvation Paper, 30% of your grade. And the paper really is 1,200 to 1,500 words, so it's not really a challenging work for this level. So you're talking about 4 to 6 pages, and the guidelines ask you to stay within that word count. So as you're using your word processor, make sure that you pay attention to the amount of words and the word count and stay within that guideline, because that is part of the rubric. Now, there are also requirements, so make sure you use one of the style guidelines. And I'm not sure, I know that all of you are in a variety of majors across Regent's programs. So the one that I'm probably most familiar with is Turabian. But if you're a psychology major and you've been writing papers for your courses there, and you can do MLA or APHA or APA, that's fine. Don't sweat that. But I'm just letting you know that I'm probably more familiar across the years of my writing and research with Turabian. Also, no endnotes. So they either need to be footnotes or notes that are embedded in the text. So keep that in mind. And then don't forget that you must use the 2 textbooks, Olson and McGrath, as well as 3 other scholarly resources. And let me recommend a couple for you just to take a look at that I think would really be helpful. First, look at Michael Bird's Evangelical Theology. Michael Bird he's a great writer. He's from Australia, got a wonderful sense of humor. You would probably enjoy YouTubing him and picking up some of his YouTube videos, and you'll see that he's got this really engaging sense of humor. The other is Gundry, or not Gundry, but Wayne Grudem. So take a look at his work as well, and I think you'll benefit from him. And then the other theologian that I particularly like, who has a Pentecostal charismatic background, is Fred Sanders, and you can take a look at him. So those are 3 quality theologians that would give you really good help with regard to the writing of this paper: Michael Bird, Wayne Grudem, and Fred Sanders. And so look up their resources. And in fact, you could probably even find some YouTube videos that these men have been speaking to the issues of your paper. In particular, I was just taking a look at the 3 things that you are specifically asked to address in the paper, and one was sacrifice, of course, the sacrifice of Christ, and then also Christ as our substitute for our sin and the debt of our sin, and then Christos Victor, which is probably a term or a phrase that maybe is not too familiar to you compared to sacrifice and substitute. But Michael Bird has a really well-written, concise section on Christos Victor that I would encourage you to go and take a look at, and I think you'll enjoy reading that. And I know it would be of help to you in this particular paper. Now, if you really want to impress me, and if you really want to bolster your grade, do some research and find a journal article or two that you could draw on that might specifically address one of these particular sections of your paper. So on sacrifice, on substitute, or on Christos Victor. And Regent just has some wonderful resources available to you in the library that you could access. Papers, of course, if you're not physically able to get to the library, which I'm assuming most of you will not be able to, but there are digital resources, and you have good access to quality journals that could be available to you. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is take a look at dictionaries, like the Anchor Bible Dictionary, or InterVarsity Press has a series of dictionaries on Jesus and the Gospels. Dictionary articles are well written, they're concise, they help you to get those nuggets of information that really just color your paper and bring it to life. So take a look at dictionaries. Don't overlook that as a possibility. So quality theologies, good dictionaries, journal articles, those are the kind of resources that you'll really enjoy and will benefit you significantly. The nice thing about this project, you're not left to wonder, what do I do? What's my topic? How am I going to organize it? The syllabus lays out all of that for you. So the frustration that often comes in writing of defining the subject and putting a fence around it so you know exactly what to do is taken care of for you through the syllabus. So take a look at that, and I trust it'll be a benefit to you. Don't hesitate to reach out via email or text message. If you have any questions, any additional matters you want to work your way through, stay up on the weekly notes. I try to minister to your heart and soul, as well as give you something for your paper and for your assignment for the week, not just your paper. And then, I did throw out an option for some extra credit. Appreciate how many of you are trying to do your very best and want to keep up with your grades and keep your grades strong, and I'm very sympathetic to that, and will do everything I can on my end to help you with it. Thank you for your patience with me in trying to work through some of the glitches, not only that were produced by myself, but were just part of the launch of the class. So Lord bless you, and I'll look forward to staying in touch with you in the coming weeks of the semester.